Hey guys, Colin here. Just wanted to give you a nice outlook of what I'm looking at in the coming week. As you know, it's at the time of making this video, it's Friday, so the market is closed right now. The forex market is closed. So I always find that this is a nice time to kind of breathe and take a look at where we think the market is going for the coming week. Look at possible gains, etc. So I have my chart set up here. I have three moving averages right now, which are the 7-day, 77-day, and the 365-day. So what's happening right now, we're dealing with the Euro USD chart, and I am on the 4-hour candle right now. And so as you can see, I meant to do this video yesterday when it was somewhere around here, and I was actually going to say it looks like I get the feeling that it's going to make a move up, and that's exactly what it did. I knew that we would get some resistance right here, so let me go ahead and just draw a resistance line. Those of you who may have taken my course already called Forex Made Simple, if you need any information on that, just check the details on the website in the description of the video. But I have a very important video on that talking about support and resistance, right? So just look right here. That's a trend line. Let me just draw a horizontal line here. So we want to look at a point where there has been what was previously support becomes resistance. Okay, so we can look right here at this line that I've drawn. We can see before when this currency was up here, it bounced off this line, hit there again, hit there again, hit there again, and came up. So this is very strong support. It was also support for a little bit over here, but once it broke through, now it's like you're just flipping the script. It used to be support to keep the price above it. Now it's going to act as resistance to keep the price below it for a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, we made a move up. We came near this point, we came back down. Now we actually came up here and we came back down again. So this is where you can identify when a currency is actually going to do a little bit of retracement for a bit. So I knew we were going to get some resistance right here. The next point of resistance is going to be right here. Let me draw this line again. Let me draw another line kind of right there. Okay, let me color that differently so you can see it. Make it nice and wide. Okay, so a lot of times I identify these little areas of support and resistance, and it's easy to trade in there and get several hundred pips at a time. So as you can see, the difference right here, this point 1.17418, and then this next, what I would call a major resistance line up here, is going to be 1.18178. So once again, we're looking at about that's over 700, close to 800 pips, right? Close to 800 pips. So I'd be looking at probably taking a position after it comes up in here a little bit more, and I think it'll just finish making its way through right up here, because another thing that it wants to do, when you study the behavior of the moving averages, it wants to come up here and touch this 365 line, right? It's like it normally doesn't stay away for more than usually maybe around 2 months or something like that, usually between anyway from 2 to 4 months, but usually around 2 months it'll want to at least come back up and actually touch this line, right? So as you can see, it went down here April 20th, right? So April 20th, May 20th, June 20th, so we're going on a little over 2 months. It is really due that time to come and touch base with what I call the grandpa, right? This moving average moves very slowly. This green moving average is like the little kid with all the energy, but it runs away from grandpa and it runs away from big brother for a bit, but it always has to come back. He always has to come back and touch base with him just to let him know he's there. So he hasn't communicated with grandpa for a while, so more than likely we can look at this going back up and meeting grandpa for a bit. Now in between that, once again, we got to see how it interacts with this resistance line right here. Okay, so so it might come up here and come back down again another time or two. It might do that a few times before it actually breaks through, but it will come back up and it will test these resistance lines right around here. Okay. So anywhere in there, for example, a lot of times if I wait till it gets, let's say, even halfway up right here, and then I take a position, let's say with a 50-cent lot or a dollar size lot, so every pip movement is going to be $1. This is 786. That's 400 pips right there, so I can make $400 just in that little space of movement. If it's 50-cent pips, 400, so you're looking at what, $200, right? If it's 10 cent, if you're looking at 10-cent lot sizes, then that's $40, right? So once again, now you got to make sure, one of the biggest things that really hurts people is that they trade with lot sizes that are too big based on the money that they have in their account. So if you only have $100 in your account, you should not be trying to trade with 25 and 50-cent lot sizes, because what you'll commonly find is a lot of times a currency may move in the opposite direction for a bit first. It'll go down a bit, and then it'll kick you out of your trade and you lose your money, and then it goes right in the direction that you wanted it to go. And the reason why you lose out on that is because the lot size that you're trading with is too large, and also that your stop loss is too tight. I mean, a lot of times people have very, very tight stop losses. That's another video I'll do, so I don't want to get too much into that at this point. But just looking at that with the Euro USD, that's something I'd be looking at. So once again, look over here at this. You can see the interaction with this line, right? Even before I zoomed out, look over here. So you can see this acted as resistance over here. Resistance, it broke through, but it came back down. Look at how it danced. It's been dancing in between those two lines. So look at this, it danced in between these two lines again. So you can be sure that these are two key areas of support and resistance. Will it go higher after it crosses this? Then we have to see. It has to break through here first. If it breaks through here, then we could see it go up to, let's look at our next major resistance line, which is right around here from what I see, kind of like around this area. 1.19336. Okay, so once again, guys, understanding support and resistance is very, very important. Go ahead and check out my course. That's actually a free video in my course, but just wanted to go ahead and share that with you, because some of you have been asking me to make more videos like these where I'm actually talking about where I think a currency is going to go. If this does not break through this 17392 thereabouts, and it starts to come back down, then she could retrace back down here to touch this 77 line, which is 1.164, right? You're looking at almost 1,000 pips there, right? So she could retrace and come back down there. As I look at some other things here, I'm looking at the RSI. Okay, the RSI is going, it's not looking that bad. It's not too high, so it could be coming back down, though. It's almost going into overbought territory, so people will start selling and drive the price down a little bit first before that kind of happens. Okay, so there you go, guys. Just keeping that simple. Look at your support and resistance lines right there where we expect it to go. If it breaks through here, I could see it going back up here to touch the 365 line. If it doesn't have enough strength to come through, then the bears will kick in and probably drive this price right down, maybe for about 1,000 pips or so. Alright, guys, take care. Till next time.